Birkbeck is about transferable learning and transferable skills, because there really isn't a job where it isn't important to think about the psychology of work in terms of how people work together, how you best structure work. And perhaps the most topical topic of all is how to manage deep and profound organizational change, given that we now all have to adapt to very different ways of working.
The biggest challenge as an international student was just moving here, and I was very worried about it not being a traditional university and perhaps not having that traditional student life. However, the unique thing about Birkbeck is that you meet people from all different walks of life. So in my class, I had people who are retired and finally pursuing their passion. I had, mums coming back to the job market and university after having kids. So I just met people all different ages and all different backgrounds, and that was the best part about Birkbeck, really, because it's not anywhere that you can get that melting pot of people in the same room.
It's a big leap studying at master's level, but very fulfilling. And also I wanted something that looked at theory but also practice. And in the second year of the course, there is an opportunity to have a placement with Birkbeck Careers and Employability and actually put into practice what you've been learning, which is very enriching. And the second best thing about the course was the fellow students I got to meet, and we all still support each other to this day, and the alumni network of past students on the course, and that's a benefit that I hadn't really imagined.
Our department was the first department of organizational psychology in the UK. We were also the first department to offer an MSc in organizational psychology. We are very proud of our history. Many very famous scholars in our domain of organizational psychology actually started their career at Birkbeck. So our history is tremendously important to us. And indeed, we celebrate it every year with a memorial lecture to our founder, Alec Rodger.
I've always had a very high regard for Birkbeck, not only because of my own experience, but because in my day, going back a number of years, education was rather exclusive, and Birkbeck was special. Why was it special? Because it offered the opportunity to people to work their way, in the American phrase, through college.
I think for me, still the best part was the challenge from the tutors, from the lecturers, that kind of constant. Okay, you think you've got it? Let's up it a stake and prove to you haven't got it, and let's change the worldview and have a look at it in a completely different way, to just totally throw you at times. And I think back now, I'm better at what I do because of that. Not necessarily because they taught me a load of models or a load of learning, but because they turned my thinking upside down and inside out and challenged it in every direction that they could.